Hello, and welcome to Ask Dr. Monica, a space dedicated to you if you are committed to use your daily life as your spiritual practice. I want to offer the different approach that we can have with life and to distinguish, where you engage from a place of ego, fear, and all consciousness that is being released, today. Or you can start to notice that you can choose to engage from a higher perspective, much more inclusive, where we are all part of the same field of energy, and we all honor our true nature here. So all this is ideal, and all this vision that I have from my perspective starts with me inside, and I hope that if you feel the call, we will start from you too, in the sense of one by one. If you want something in this world, try to be the emanation of that something. And today I want to focus on the topic of completion. And this is not a question that I received from anybody this week, but I can feel between the solstice and the new year coming here, it's like everybody, is like looking forward to have a vision. How do we complete a year? And I questioned myself last week, what do we do? What is really completion? And I want to offer that. So let's see. Completion, from my perspective, is when you engage with something and you can see the end of the cycle. Okay, it's not like it's an ending, because everything is always expanding constantly. Okay, but completion is when you feel complete with something. There is no pending things in the past. There is no wishes that you have not accomplished. There is a sense of growth. Let's say achievement or empowerment, and really with not regrets from the past. That's what we can use, forgiveness techniques or release technique or whatever works for you to absolutely erase whatever it is that can hold you back, in the sense of being your true nature fully expressed on this earth. So one of the things that I notice, between all my career here as a professional, and especially when I start to jump into the entrepreneurial world, like vision and goals, and oh my God, how do we balance that with the surrendering and beingness of our self, capital letters, of our true nature? So it was, some years I did my super vision board, all the goals, writing down and all that stuff. And I just want to say that it was a stepping stone. I love it, in the sense that any desire that I had in my life really support my growth. So nothing against you wanting whatever it is that you want, okay? But I would say that the way that I engage myself, and I took some notes here, like to detect a little bit the steps that I follow, myself. But I will say first I will look back, in beginning of 2016, I wrote my wishes and, my vision, and I always look back, where I was in the beginning of this year, or in the beginning of any project, okay? Now, because we are in the new year time, but completion is constantly going on here, okay? So you look back and say, where I was 1 year ago, or where I was, when I started this project, where I was 1 year ago. And then you said, well, I was here, and what did I target for? What was my vision? What my heart was really telling me that I wanted to grow, in what direction? And that is important, because that is, where you put your attention, where you start to grow. So in my case, I'm going to share with you my internal world, if you want, my inner world, But in my case, I remember that I wanted last year in 2016, I wrote very clear, that my biggest intention was to open my heart. My passion is awakening, spiritually talking, like to really be my true nature here. And my true nature is pure love. I know that. Space, loving presence, I call it in my coaching sessions. I mean, it's really something that is always here. And the thing is, I'm enjoying it more and more. I am naturally, let's say, more and more present, more and more connected with my heart. And that was my first intention for 2017. So I wrote something like to embody and express love. And just with that intention, you know, that was my priority in line, I can recognize that I grow a lot. I expand a lot on, you know, being aware, breathing on my chest, to really offer love in situations where I could feel, you know, personally, you know, whatever, threatened or engaged or taking something personal is happening less and less. But again, it's not a theory, it's something that unfolds naturally from the inside out. So that's an example. Another intention or vision that I had, it was to improve my intimate relationship with my partner, Arne. And my gosh, like big difference this year. You know, I have that intention many other years, but this year was, for whatever reason, such a celebration of moments of real intimacy, of connection, of surrendering from my side to admire these men. I mean, very fulfilling and beautiful, and it's what I, you know, sense inside that I wanted to expand towards, and I make a big progress. Both of us we did, but I mean, in my case, I can say it was beautiful to have moments where I could choose, you know, to offer my love or to engage in discussions or whatever, and we are much more happy, so I can say yes to that goal too, you know. And another goal that I had was to have a bigger house. And it's interesting, you know, because we manifested between Arne and I, and Arne was the drive force here, you know, but we manifested a beautiful house that we call Miracle House, beyond my dreams, because I always thought that I wanted to go back to Florida. Right now I live in Costa Rica, and I always had like a foot out, you know, like here is not my place, you know, I'm going to go back to Florida, bigger house, more comfort, you know, like nature too. I love Florida really. But for whatever reason, last year we had this beautiful opportunity to engage with a beautiful house here in Costa Rica with ocean view, beyond my dreams, okay? So, and here I want to highlight, when you ask for something, always say this, I say thank you for this, or something better for the benefit of all. Because we never know, sometimes we think very limiting, you know? So the thing is, that also went, you know, like, wow, boom, on our plate, you know, a beautiful house that we are very engaged right now to rehab and to move pretty soon to that new beautiful home, Miracle House. So again, something that came in, you know, and beyond my own dreams, really. So that was interesting. And another beautiful thing, and I just acknowledge that, is like I had in my heart this you know, inner battle between being independent and enjoying, you know, to live with someone that I can sense as a provider, responsible man, you know, like in charge of, you know, all the stuff, so I can relax and I can do really my creative, nurturing, you know, beautiful work or expression of life that I am. And this year we made, I would say, but in my consciousness I make an incredible expansion towards perceiving Arne, my partner, okay, as that, as a solid man, a provider, perseverant, with vision, positive, empowering to all the surroundings, you know, offering, you know, a lot of stuff that we do free to support our community. I mean, it's so beautiful to see that. And in the past, I was more, you know, in the judging and, you know, not really celebrating the masculine that I see, the divine masculine start to express in these men that I have in my life. So again, another beautiful expansion. But that happens because I follow my heart, you know, my heart wanted that, and my mind maybe says, well, you know, you can be independent and blah, 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 but my heart yearns for the deep surrendering and the deep nutrition that I can offer to my man, and that's me, don't have to be you, okay? But I want just to share the acknowledgement of the progress. So my suggestion for you to enjoy your completion, if you resonate with this, is sit down and take the time to be with yourself. in every Ask Dr. Monica episode, I say that, you know, because you are the source comes through you, you know, so everything gets filtered through your own mind, emotions, physical body. So take the time to connect with your heart and to really check in where I was last year, when I am today. So you start to build gratitude, you start to build successful appreciation, possibility, frequency, so that, you know, nurtures your confidence that whatever it is that you engage in life, you know, you have a meaning here, you have the power to manifest it, okay, this or something better, you know, for the benefit of all. Always remember that prayer, okay? So when you go through what you have accomplished, what you feel good about it, you know, like, then you have an energy that can propel you, okay, like, well, where do I want to go next year? Okay, now it's 2017 for us, right? So where do I want to end up in 2017? What is my vision? And again, you take the time to go to your heart, okay? Your communion, your connection with yourself is the best guidance. And sometimes we are so involved with the outside world, with the goals that people say is the best, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. What your heart is telling you. That intimate communion with yourself really opens doors, you know, because self, capital letters, your true nature in your heart, is divine intelligence and is perfection, capital letters, so has the ability to orchestrate the entire universe, and you're part of it, okay? So let's see if we can trust that. But I will say, you know, go inside, and to me, I keep, you know, my vision for 2017, at the end of 2017, to see myself, you know, even more the expression of love, more open-hearted, more trusting love. You know, lately my healings, my sessions are all based in love, because for me love is the medicine and the miracle at itself, you know, like to really switch, you know, from a world of fear and separation to a world of love, oneness, comfort, confidence, trust, affluence, abundance, you know, that's what I want to embody, so I can express that, and I can inspire that, and we can change our world. But that's me, no, it has to be you, okay? But I'm just sharing myself to inspire you, really. If that resonates with you, just, you know, nurture it and enjoy it, because we have that capacity. So for me, 2017 is going to have the same levels, you know. I'm going to connect inside. I have not done it completely yet. I dedicate, you know, New Year and my birthday are very close, so I love to spend that week really, you know, pondering and seeing what it is that I want to put my attention. But I have, again, my priority is my relationship with self, with God, with presence, with my spiritual awakening, let's say. That's priority. My second priority keeps being my intimate relationship with my partner Arne, only because it's such a space of, let's say, exposure, of intimacy, and I love to discover myself, and I love to discover him in this in our intimate communions that we call in our life. You know, we have so many things that we do together, and I just love to discover that and to reinforce, you know, this love, because even though I want to grow in love, I do detect moments where I am afraid of loving so much. I'm afraid of losing him, and, you know, so it's such an adventure to grow, to really use anything that you are in, you know, to let go fears and to ground yourself into who you truly are more and more, so you can embody that, and you don't have to think about it, you can just be, okay? That's one of my senses inside, my intuition, you know, is guiding me through that direction. Then another thing that I focus on is on health, you know, like how is my body today, if I want to do something, you know, to support my body. I'm very blessed. I feel, you know, a very healthy and beautiful body, and I love it, and I dedicate, you know, my attention to it in appreciation and gratitude. So that, you know, is going to be some, you know, goal or purpose for 2017, to keep growing in that direction, to love my body, not only physical, okay, but my physical body, emotional body, mental body, spiritual body, like to really expand in who I am, so I can embrace everything. And that embracement offers the embracement of the outside world too. So that's one of my goals here. And then another one, and I want to talk about that, is a prosperity consciousness. I'm super committed to prosperity. Like some years ago, I felt the call to what we call here financial freedom. And I didn't have any idea what that was. I had many years in my life where I was very fluently with money and what money can offer. And in my case, I interpret money as an incredible energy of support and expression of freedom. You know, like you have money, you can do what you want, when you want, with who you want, how you want. So that is an expression of freedom from my perspective. And money is a tool that we use here to buy a ticket on an airplane if I want to travel, or to buy a house in this case, you know, or to whatever it is that I dream. So I do love money, love capital letters. I do respect money. I do appreciate money as an energy that represents support, okay, to all of us, to whoever engage with it in a conscious way. So my growth in prosperity is interesting because, you know, I feel in the last 2 years, I can say that I grew up a lot, I expanded a lot in feeling safe and confident. And I detected that last year with Arne, you know, we could talk about money in a much more peaceful way, much more resolutive way. Like we heal a lot of wounds that I personally projected into money from my past. You know, in my childhood, money was the reason of the divorce of my parents and was always the cause of separation and greediness and, you know, like possession, the old consciousness that I know very well, and I'm done with it. So really gets transformed in the new consciousness of, you know, freedom, love, possibilities, and knowing that we create our life, you know. So I don't depend on, you know, how the economy outside is or something like that. I could manifest the quality of life that I have today with very little money. Is amazing, you know. And money is not anymore the need, okay, from a scarcity place. Now it's becoming more the expression of a wonderful, peaceful, safe, confident place. And I want to grow in that direction too. One of the goals that I have for 2017 is to manifest, to have Miracle House fully paid, let's say, fully decorated, you know, and has so many possibilities to do things all around, you know. We have a big lot, you know. I'm very happy about this intention, let's say. And again, it's not about reaching the intention, you know, I will be happy when the house is fully paid, just as an example. It's about enjoying the journey, you know. If I want this house fully paid, maybe I become aware of, you know, well, I don't know if it's possible. What do I do with that doubt, in quotes, you know? Do I buy it and, you know, I go there? Or I see it, wow, that's my old self, you know, talking here. So I can love it and I can let it go very easily. So again, it's not to reach the thing, even though it's the motivation, you know, but it's more about enjoying the journey. Okay, so anything that you engage with, just be open, you know, to acknowledge the little progress in that direction and the appreciation for it, and then you are connecting more and more with the real co-creator that you are. Okay, it's like the universe, the source, okay, that is, I don't know, that creates universes, let's say Mother Earth, stars, bodies, human beings, animals, you know, jungles. I mean, nature is so incredible, you know. That divine intelligence is what created us. And, you know, I have the same quality of that divine intelligence. I am a creator too. And I create through my focus, through my intention. Where do I put my attention to? That's what I nurture. And, you know, there is a beautiful sentence that says, to worry is to pray for what you don't want. And I love that. I love that sentence, you know, because it's so true. When you are worried, you are putting energy in your fears, in your worries, and that's where you are. You move on that level, you know. When you know how to let go the worry and you start to really pray for your vision, okay, you focus on what can excite me about this new home or my clients or my coaching, my business, my intimate relationship. You are more into the creating aspect, you know, instead of the worry, fear, complain, you know, and you stay stuck there. So you have a lot of power. We have a lot of power. So remember that, okay? If you have a vision, then your job is to focus on the joy of that vision, release all the buts. Yes, but this happened, or the world is this way. Is that supportive? Is that nurturing to your vision? So if it's not, just be willing to let it go and focus on what brings you joy and well-being. That's your true nature. So that's interesting, I think. Beautiful. So this is a little, engagement with completion of the year. So you are propelled, to the next year. And then when you feel excited right now, like in my case, I wrote here, house fully paid, the house fully set up. Like I would love to create a center that we can call Miracle Center for people that feel called or resonate with us to come and have their private sessions or workshops, or bring other people that offer workshops. We have the space to do it. We just need to construct it, and to set it up. So that's a vision that I have. Goddess Inspiration book. I'm writing a book. I don't know if the name is going to be Goddess Inspiration, but it's all about the goddess, the work that I did with the goddesses, the Greek goddesses, and how can that work can support women in our own journeys here, Then I want, to support with this Ask Dr. Monica that I love, to offer you my truth, my journey, just to inspire. Really, the intention is to inspire you to go for it, and it's inside you, okay? So I'm looking, like to enjoy my business, coaching thefeminineway.com, that you can explore, and to grow, to have 10 new paying clients, I call, like doing that year to really support people deeply, give the hand, and to support them to open up, to their magnificence. So I love that. So I wrote that on my intentions here. And when you feel that passion, for what it is that you want in the different areas of yourself, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, all the aspects, you take your time, then you can ask inside your heart, and your heart knows, okay? You can ask if there is anything holding you back. So to me, I did that little ceremony on the solstice, and I remember I went to the river, and to the waterfall, and I really asked, connected with Mother Earth, if there is anything that is holding me back, to go forward, to engage forward, what it is that is ready for me to let go. Ask that questions in your heart, and wait. And I received an answer myself, what was so simple and so interesting, it's like, let go doubts. So, it's interesting. So I really took it in, and for, I don't know, maybe 3-4 days, I go, wow, doubts, where, it's like, okay, when there is no doubts, what is here? And then I start to build, trust, faith, all possibilities, the certainty that all is possible. So let go the doubts. How beautiful. What a beautiful guidance. So I'm committed this 2017, if I catch a doubt, to, okay, welcome, I love you, and I set you free. I know you are the old self, the old Monica, fear and doubting and not really connected with this amazing source. God, presence, love, capital letters, that we are made of, okay? So, let's see if there is anything more here. I think that's a example, for you to follow. It's not complicated, but yes, it's a moment of communion with yourself, and you deserve it, and it's going to support you to be responsible for your life, for your creations, for your experiences, and your attitude, your intentions is what is modeling here, okay? So if you need personal support, remember that I'm here as a coach, so you can always email me, monica@drmonica.com, that for sure. I mean, I would love to support you. But if not, maybe these little tips can just inspire you to love your journey and to engage with it more consciously. And besides that, I just want to say thank you so much for looking at this video. If you feel that you resonate with it, please share with your friends and family. If someone can be inspired, I would love to, of course. And you can also sign up, for my YouTube channel. Anything that today's social media, can really promote our messages. And who knows, maybe some people can connect with hope, with, clear direction to engage with their own life much more, whole and consciously and passionately, and really life is teaching us, is waking up through us. And you can surrender and understand how that works, or you can fight and keep complaining and keep creating that old world that we already know, all of us. And the journey today is to jump to a higher level of consciousness. Thank you so much. Remember, your questions are important to me, so send them to ask@drmonica.com. Thank you. I love you.